Diamonds and Toads. Once upon a time, and a long time ago, there lived a woman with 2 daughters, Claire, the younger, who was as beautiful as she was good. Her eyes were warm as sunshine, her voice was full of bells, and she was as beautiful as gold. Melina, the older, was ugly and mean like her mother. Her mouth was bitter, her face was hard, and her heart was rusty as old nails. Melina and her mother hated Claire. They made her work all the time. She had to scrub their stockings and press their petticoats. They made her sit alone in the kitchen with nothing to eat but the scraps from their plates. Every morning and evening, Claire had to fetch water from the well. She had a long climb up a steep, rocky hill. The heavy buckets hurt her hands, but she took each step with a happy heart and merry soul. One morning, a ragged old woman hobbled up to the well and asked Claire for a drink. Now, truth be told, this old woman was a fairy. She had made herself look old and poor to see if Claire's heart was as kind as her face. "Let me help you." Claire drew the clearest water from the coolest part of the well. She gave it to the ragged woman with a smile and a curtsy that made Claire's old tin cup seem as fine as silver.
"Thank you, my dear. You are as polite as you are pretty. And here is my gift of thanks to you. Each time you speak, flowers and jewels shall fall from your mouth."
Then she disappeared before Claire could even thank her. Claire ran home with her heavy buckets, laughing as water and jewels splashed and sparkled all around her in the sun. As soon as she got home, her mother scolded her.
"You're late."
"I'm sorry, Mother. Let me tell you what happened." 2 roses, 3 diamonds, 4 pearls, and a ruby fell from her lips as she spoke. Then her wicked mother asked, suddenly acting sweet as sugar, "Dear daughter, what can this mean?" Jewels and flowers scattered on the floor as Claire told her story. The mother fell to her knees and shoved the jewels into her pockets, then yelled at Melina, "Go to the well at once, and if you meet a ragged old woman, be sure to give her some water."
"Why should I? Just look at what your sister got. Diamonds and rubies, emeralds and pearls. Now, do as I say,"
the greedy woman ordered her daughter. Melina fussed and snapped. She whined and whimpered. But she finally set off for the well, dragging her feet and carrying the best silver pitcher. She climbed the rocky hill, complaining every step of the way. When Melina finally reached the well, she met a lady dressed as a princess.
"May I have a drink?"
Melina was so hot and thirsty, she did not even answer. She dipped her pitcher into the well and took a long drink of cool water.
"Please help me. I am so very thirsty." "If you want a drink, get it yourself. I'm not your servant." "Shame on you. Your manners are as mean as your face. So, here is my gift for you. With each word you speak, toads and snakes will fall from your mouth."
Melina screamed and ran home, snakes and toads tumbling out of her mouth.
Mama, just look at what happened."
Her mother watched with horror as toads and snakes came pouring from Melina's mouth.
"It's all Claire's fault."
Melina shrieked as toads hopped on her shoulders and snakes dripped from her hair. Then the mother scolds Claire. "You made this happen." And she slapped Claire. 2 tears, as bright as diamonds, slid down Claire's cheeks. Then Claire ran away, deep into the forest, where the sun glittered on the leaves and the birds sang like flutes. She ran as far and as fast as she could, knowing she would never go home again. Soon, she heard the drum of hoofbeats. It was the king's son, following the trail of flowers that sprang up each time Claire took a step.
Why are you crying?
Claire told him her story. By the time she was done, the prince was in love with her kind heart and gentle ways. He hardly even saw the heaps of jewels sparkling at his feet.
And now, the whole world lies before me. I will never go home again.
I would be honored to welcome you into my home.
They filled their hands with flowers, then set off for his castle. Everyone in the kingdom came out to welcome them. Claire and the prince decided to marry that very day. The fairy was the very first to give them her blessing. When the wicked mother heard of all this, she grew sick with envy. Melina grew meaner than ever. She shrieked and she hissed and howled till every room in the house swarmed with snakes and toads. Even her mother grew sick of her. At last, she chased Melina into the dark corner of the forest, where they both lived in great misery till they died of rage. Claire and the prince lived a long life, blessed with joy and plenty. And they always remembered the fairy's blessing.
Of all great riches to have and hold, a kind heart is far more precious than gold.
The end.